Hi, we start a new chapter, chapter 5, the comparing investments. So this chapter discusses a more subjective view from the investor's point of view about the value and also interest rate. Okay, so the 5.A, the net present value and the internal rate of return. So we define these two concepts and do some examples. So the question we want to answer is how to decide whether or not you invest in a certain product or a certain project. Maybe some insurance product that we will get, the insurance company will get some money. Then after that, they have to pay some amount later. So we have to make some decision to sell that product, to buy that product, and so on. And the answer to this question is to invest in that product if net present value, that is the present value of the entire cash flow, is positive. So that is pretty straightforward. Okay, so to be exact, what is the definition of this net present value? So let A sub t represent the cash inflow at time t, and let LT, this is the liability of t, represent the cash outflow at time t. So this is the asset and liability. So we use A and L. So the situation is that we have time diagram, and we may have some arbitrary time points. So it doesn't have to be, t doesn't have to be integer, but maybe in some case, all cash flow that occur at integer. And we have some cash inflow such as A0, A3, A1, and maybe cash outflow, maybe at time 2, time 4. So we have some cash inflow and cash outflow. Then the NPV, net present value, is defined by summation of t, A sub t times the v to the power t, because for example, if we would like to evaluate the present value of A3, then we have to go back 3 years to get present value. So we multiply the v to the t's power minus LT to the power VT. So LT is liability, so we have to put negative sign here. So if this net present value is positive, then we invest in that product or project. And if negative, we do not. And this I is called interest preference rate. Sometimes we use IPR, or opportunity cost of capital. So we don't say this is annual effective rate because this is subjective rate depending on the investor's individual situation. For example, the insurance company has to finance to buy some product, and that comes with the unique interest rate for that financial institution. So maybe some company have the interest preference rate of 3%, but in some companies, interest preference rate is 2.5% or 4%. So this is a subjective rate to decide the investment. So we use a slightly different word, not annual effective rate, but interest preference rate.